Hello viewers, I am Mohammed Abdul Habib. Welcome you all to our application AIMS tutorial. In this video, we'll be discussing the chapter Consignment and we'll be discussing the basic terms which are used in the chapter Consignment. In order to understand the chapter Consignment, let us take a character Abdul Habib Saab. He is a resident of Hyderabad and he owns a business of dates. So consignment समझने के लिए character ले लेंगे अब्दुल हबीब साहब. ये हैदराबाद के मकामी है और इनका बिजनेस क्या है? खजूर का बिजनेस है. One of his customers suggested him to open a branch at Bangalore. अब्दुल हबीब साहब के कस्टमर क्या करे? उनको ये सलाह मशवरा दिए कि बैंगलोर में भी एक ब्रांच खोलने के लिए सजेशन दिए. So the only thing that keeps Abdul Habib साहब disturbed is whether to open a branch at Bangalore or not. तो अब्दुल हबीब साहब को कौन सी बात सताते रहती कि बैंगलोर में ब्रांच खोलना है या नहीं खोलना है. और अगर खोलना है, if he wants to open a branch at Bangalore, then who will be the person who will be managing all the activities at Bangalore? So now let us introduce a new character to our story, बशीर भाई. तो अब हम लोग अपनी कहानी में एक नया कैरेक्टर ला रहे, बशीर भाई. So here we have two characters. One is Abdul Habib Saab and another one is बशीर भाई. अब्दुल हबीब साहब का बिजनेस कौन सा है? खजूर का बिजनेस है. So Abdul Habib Saab doesn't own a farmhouse where dates trees are grown. अब्दुल हबीब साहब के पास जो है ना ऐसा कोई फार्म हाउस नहीं है जहाँ पे खजूर के झाड़ बने हुए हैं, जहाँ पे खजूर के झाड़ लगे हुए हैं. तो अब्दुल हबीब साहब क्या करेंगे? फिर खजूर का बिजनेस कर रहे हैं तो कहाँ से करेंगे? He will be purchasing the dates from other countries. So he will be importing goods from other countries and then he will be sending the goods to बशीर भाई. तो जैसा हैदराबाद में बिजनेस करने के लिए दूसरे कंट्रीज से सामान खरीदते थे, उसी तरह अब अब्दुल हबीब साहब क्या करेंगे? बशीर भाई को भेजने के लिए भी सामान दूसरी कंट्रीज से खरीदेंगे. So now let us discuss the relationship between अब्दुल हबीब साहब and बशीर भाई. So ये दो कैरेक्टर्स जो है अब्दुल हबीब साहब और बशीर भाई, इन दोनों में ओनर कौन है? अब्दुल हबीब साहब, he is the owner. So the owner of the business is called as consignor or principal. अब ये दोनों में काम कौन कर रहे हैं? बशीर भाई काम कर रहे हैं. The person who works for the business is called as consignee or agent. So the owner of the business, Abdul Habib Saab, is called as consignor or principal. And the person who works for the business, Bashir Bhai, is called as consignee or agent. So he is called as principal because he will be instructing Bashir Bhai how the activities are to be carried on. He is called as agent because he will be representing Abdul Habib Saab. So he is called as agent, he will be called as principal. Now the goods are to be transported from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So the goods needs to be sent from Abdul Habib Saab consignor to Bashir Bhai consignee. So the goods will be transported from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So now let us try to understand the meaning of the term consignment. So what is consignment? Transfer of goods from consignor Abdul Habib Saab to consignee Bashir Bhai for the purpose of sale. That is, transfer of goods from consignor to consignee for the purpose of sale is called as consignment, and the value of the goods sent by consignor to consignee is called as goods sent on consignment. That is, the total value of the dates which are sent by consignor to consignee will be recorded under goods sent on consignment. Now Abdul Habib Saab will be sending dates to Bashir Bhai for the purpose of selling, and whatever the dates he is sending, the value of the dates will be recorded as goods sent on consignment. But the dates needs to be packed, the dates needs to be transported, and the dates needs to be insured. अब जो है ना जो सामान भेज रहे अब्दुल हबीब साहब बशीर भाई को जो खजूर भेज रहे, वो खजूर की पैकिंग कराना रहता, वो खजूर का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कराना रहता, वो खजूर का इंश्योरेंस पे करना रहता. Then all these expenses are to be borne by Abdul Habib Saab. Who is Abdul Habib Saab? He is consignor. So these are the additional expenditure which the consignor needs to incur for sending the goods from his place to the place of consignee. So these expenses as are to be paid by consignor, these will be called as consignor expenses. Now after receiving the goods, once the goods are received by consignee, he will be transporting the goods to his place, and also he will be incurring certain selling expenses. So these expenses will be called as consignee expenses. So transportation expenses and selling expenses are to be borne by consignee. So these expenses will be called as consignee expenses. Then from tomorrow onwards, consignee is responsible to sell the goods because the consignor has sent the goods to consignee for selling it. So whatever the goods which are sold by consignee will be recorded as sales, and as he is working for consignor, so he is entitled to receive certain remuneration in the form of commission from consignor. So he will be receiving commission. So now let us have a recap of the terms that we have learned. So the first term that we have learned here is consignor. Who is consignor? The owner of the business is called as consignor. In our example, Abdul Habib Saab, he was the owner of the business, so he is called as consignor. So the first term that we have understood is consignor or principal. And in our example, Abdul Habib Saab was consignor. The next term that we have understood is consignee or agent. Bashir Bhai, the person who works for the business, is called as consignee or agent. The next term that we have understood is consignment. What is consignment? Transfer of goods from consignor to consignee for the purpose of sale is called as consignment. And always the place of consignment will be taken as the place of consignee. That is the place of the person who is working for us. So Bashir Bhai, he is from Bangalore. So the place of consignment will be taken as Bangalore consignment. The next term that we have understood is goods sent on consignment. What is goods sent on consignment? In goods sent on consignment, we record the value of the goods sent by consignor to consignee. For example, Abdul Habib Saab has sent 7 cartons of dates to consignee, and the cost of each carton is 1 lakh rupees. Then the total value of 7 cartons will be 7 lakh rupees, which will be recorded as goods sent on consignment. Next, after sending the goods, the consignor is responsible to incur certain expenses such as packing, transportation, and insurance. All these expenses are to be borne by consignor. Hence, these expenses will be called as consignor expenses. So let us assume that the consignor has paid 10,000 towards packing, 10,000 towards transportation, and 10,000 towards insurance. So the total consignor expenses amounted to 30,000 rupees. Now, once the goods reach the destination of consignee, he is also equally responsible to incur certain expenditure on transportation and selling. So the next term will be consignee expenses. And let us assume that he has incurred an expenditure of 10,000 towards transportation and other selling expenses. From tomorrow onwards, he is responsible to sell the goods. And let us assume that the consignee has sold the entire stock of 7 cartons for rupees 10 lakhs. So the next term will be sales, and he has sold the goods for rupees 10 lakhs. So once the goods are sold, as the consignee is working for consignor, he is eligible to receive certain remuneration in the form of commission from consignor. Let us assume that the consignee is getting 1% commission on sales. So commission will be calculated on sales 1% on 10 lakh rupees, which will be 10 lakh into 1 by 100, which works out to be 10,000 rupees. So the consignor has sent goods worth rupees 7 lakhs, and he has incurred expenditure of 30,000. Consignee has incurred expenditure of 10,000, and consignee is entitled to receive a commission of 10,000. So the total expenditure on the business is 7 lakhs, 7 lakhs 30,000, 7 lakhs 40,000, 7 lakhs 50,000, whereas the total income from the business is 10 lakhs. So the consignor Abdul Habib Saab is earning a profit of rupees 2 lakhs 50,000. Hope you have understood the topic. See you all in next video. Thank you.